Welcome to my channel, and I'm back with you once again with another video of Microsoft Flight Simulator 24. In the series of videos that I'm doing for the iniBuilds Airbus A350, this is going to be another one in which I will take you through the basics of the radio communication of this plane using the Beyond ATC. Before this, I've uploaded videos on my channel in which I've covered how to configure the EFB and the FMS of this plane, then how to start this plane from the cold and dark state, how to perform takeoff and fly this plane on autopilot, and how to perform an RNAV and ILS approach and landing. Today I will be doing this short flight from Doha to Dubai, and the plane is almost ready for the flight, so I will just take you through all the procedures of the ATC communication. If you're not really familiar with any of the process, let's say how to start this plane from the cold and dark state or how to perform an ILS approach, then I will give you all the links in the description and you can just go and follow any of the link. Right now I've made the flight plan, so if I press tab, I will get the EFB of the Microsoft Flight Simulator 24, and I have this plugin for the SimBrief dispatch system. The flight plan is there. So I will just go to the EFB first and I will get the flight plan, import from SimBrief, and then I can get the zero fuel weight and the fuel. So it's now quickly done. That's it. IRS align time, let's turn on these knobs to nav for ADRs, and that's it. Now it will take 7 minutes. That's it. So now as the AFB has the flight plan, now I can tune into the frequency for the clearance. So right now this is the radio communication panel for the Airbus A350, and on the right hand side you can select any of the frequency to change. This is VHF 1, 2 and this is 3. So whichever is selected, you can change it. If you click this option, you will see the frequency for the clearance, although for ATIS it's also there for ground and for tower and for center. So if I click this frequency, it will automatically be inserted over here. So it's 120.875. If I just type it over here, 120.875, I'm just showing it to you that if you want to enter the frequency, how you will do it. And right now it is the standby frequency. If I press this button, it will become the active frequency. Now I can interact with the ATC, but for this, first of all, you have to press this button in order to talk to the ATC. And if you press this button and increase the volume, then you will be able to hear the ATC. Now for this video, I have actually set the auto respond to on and auto tune radio to on as well. So the frequencies will keep on changing automatically and the response will be automatically generated so that I can just concentrate on the video, and the frequencies will keep on changing. But I have just shown you how to change the frequency over here. So first of all, let's get the IFR clearance because I want to get the runway for the
Golf
takeoff.
Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy, on our way to Dubai.
Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy, Hemed delivery, expect runway 34 right, Awesome 2 Echo departure. Squawk 5212.
Awesome 2 Echo departure. Squawk 5212. Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy.
Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy, read back correct. Contact ground 120.225 when ready for push or start.
We'll contact ground 120.225 when ready for pushback or engine start. Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy. Thanks.
So now I've got the clearance, and if I press tab, you will see that the SimBrief actually selected runway 16 left for the takeoff. But I have got the clearance for 34 right. So I will just ignore this flight plan. And although the rest of the waypoints will be there, but for the departure. So let's go to this option, initialization, and let's request the flight plan and insert it. And let's go to departure, and the runway is 34 right and LSIM 2E. If it's not shown over here, you can select 3E. That's it. And now for the arrival, you have to select the runway because you have to calculate the top of descent. So that's why, for the time being, I will select a runway. But once I'm near the Dubai International Airport, I will get a clearance from the ATC, and the runway might change. So I will change the flight plan. But for now, I will select 1 to right and VTEP 3E. So 1 to right via redirect and VTEP 3E. And that's it. So now the flight plan is there. And one more thing, let's enter the squawk code. So if I go to this option surveillance, this is a place where I can enter the squawk code. It's 5212, 5212, and press enter. Right now I will not turn on the transponder and the weather radar. This is what I'll be doing after the pushback. Now I will configure this plane for the flight. So once I'm ready for the pushback, then I will just take you from there. Now I'm ready for the pushback, and let's do one more thing. I go to the terminal chart, and if I open the departure, this is LSIM. Just look at the transition altitude. This is 13,000 feet. So I will just set the altitude to 13,000 feet over here. Although the altitude has not been given to me by the ATC, so I'm just keeping the transition altitude as the first altitude to climb to. But if I get a different altitude from the ATC, then I will just change it over here. And yesterday I updated this plane. I have started observing that this error is appearing. Destination estimated fuel on board. So I was doing the flight just like 20-30 minutes back and the fuel error was appearing. So maybe I think it's a bug. With some other update, it will just go away. So this is something that we have to deal with. So it will just keep on appearing. Anyhow, now I'm ready for the pushback, and you can see the APU is running. I can turn on the APU bleed, and let's disconnect the chocks and the GPU. No longer required. And that's it. Now I will just request push and start.
Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy at Gate Charlie 9er. Request pushback. Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy, Hammond ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face south. Pushback approved. Face south. Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy.
So it means I have to turn right. Tail towards right and nose towards left. I have got GSX Pro, so I will be using GSX Pro for this pushback. Let me just keep it over here and prepare for the pushback and departure. It will take some time. Now you can see the tug is there. I use GSX Pro because it actually properly aligns the plane on this line for the taxi. But if you are not using GSX Pro, then you can use these controls for the pushback.
Captain, we are ready for pushback. Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
So tail right and nose left.
Release parking brakes.
I will now release the parking brakes, and now the pushback will start.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Now I can bring up the checklist over here. Before start and after start. That's it. So it's here. Let's keep it over there.
Please set parking brakes.
Okay, now I will set the parking brakes, and the pushback is now complete.
We need your confirmation for a good engine start.
Now over here what you can do is this, that whether you can start the engines, and then once the engines start, then you can just finish the pushback, or you can just do it over here. Did it work? Yeah. Interrupt pushback, yes. And the pushback should finish. Let's check. Yeah. That's it. And the nose wheel disconnect memo has also disappeared. That's it. So now I have set the parking brakes and takeoff speeds, and thrust is there. Let's arm the slides. And nose wheel disconnect memo has disappeared over here. That's it. Now let's go to this option surveillance and turn on the weather radar and the transponder. That's it. Now I will start the engines. APU bleed is on. That's it. Now both the engines are available, so I can turn off the APU, bleed and the APU, turn on the lights. That's it, and move this to normal. Set the flaps to position 1, arm the ground spoilers, and let's turn on the auto brakes to RTO, and that's it. So if I bring up the checklist, before start checklist complete. After start, anti-eye is not required. Flight controls check. I'm just trying to save time, and got the ground clearance. That's it. And now I have for the taxi, I've set the flaps. Radar is on. Let's also turn on the constraints over here. And that's it. Now let's request taxi to runway.
Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy. Ready to taxi to the active.
Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy. Runway 34 right taxi via Echo 1. Alpha 3. Bravo Alpha.
Runway 34 right taxi via Echo 1. Alpha 3. Bravo Alpha. Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy.
So now you have this ANF on the navigation display. This is the runway for the takeoff, and you can just like follow all the taxiways to the runway. But in Beyond ATC, you get this path. So this is something really good about Beyond ATC. So let's release the parking brakes and take this plane to the runway. Let's get some power to the engines. Okay, so I actually prefer Beyond ATC over the default Microsoft Flight Simulator ATC. It's useful when you are flying an approach when there is a discontinuity and you have to get the vectors from the ATC. So Beyond ATC works really well. But it's working with other planes. I was doing few flights yesterday with the Phoenix simulations A319 and 320. It was working well. But with this plane, it doesn't. So that's why today, instead of flying from Dubai to Qatar, I am flying from Qatar to Dubai. Because if you are landing at Hamad International Airport, there is a discontinuity and you have to get the vectors from the ATC. I did 2 or 3 flights, and every time ATC gives me wrong instructions. So that's why I am not covering this. Although there is a video on my channel in which I have shown how to fly an approach when there is a discontinuity. The link is there with this plane. So you can just go and watch that.
Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy. Contact Helmet Tower 118.525. Bye-bye.
Contact Tower 118.525. Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy.
Now I will be just holding short of runway 34 right, and I will request the departure. So let's stop over here. Let's set this light to take off, and let's request for departure.
Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy. Ready for departure. Runway 34 right.
Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy, Hamot Tower, wind 060 at 6, runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff.
So now I've got the clearance.
Runway 34 right, cleared for takeoff. Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy.
And now the cabin is also ready, so I can press this button, takeoff configuration. It should go away. Yeah, now it's there. That's it. And let's bring up the checklist and line up. Cabin secured and ready. Take off runway both and packs. That's it. So now I will change this view. Move this to arc. And that's it. So everything is looking good so far. There's no issue. So I can just release the brakes and move to the runway. And now let's give some power to the engines for the takeoff. That's it.
V1.
And rotate. Gears up. Let's move the thrust levers to climb, and with this I can turn on the autopilot.
Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy, contact Doha Radar 126.7.
Contact Doha Radar 126.7. Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy.
Change of frequency. It will keep on happening automatically, so it's good.
Doha Radar. Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy. Good day, 2,200 feet.
Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy. Door radar. Radar contact. Continue climb to flight level 210.
Continue climb to flight level 210. Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy.
Now I've got the clearance to climb up to flight level 210, which is 21,000 feet. And now there is something I would like to bring it to your attention, that once you are flying with the ATC, you don't have to follow the constraints for the departure, if there are any. because the ATC has instructed you to straight away climb up to flight level 210. But if you get an instruction that you have to depart using a certain SID, then obviously you will follow all the restrictions or the constraints. That's why right now the climb mode is in open climb instead of the manage mode, because there are some constraints over here. So now I will straight away climb up to 21,000 feet. Similarly for the descent, if you are instructed to descend using a certain star, then obviously you will follow all the constraints for the descent. But if you get an altitude, then you just descend to the altitude given to you by the ATC. Right now you can see the plane is climbing up to flight level 210, and it's a short flight. So now you can see the plane is right now crossing 5,000 feet, and once I am ready to start the descent, then I will just take you from there.
Golf Calyx Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy, you are radar. Expect view to tree Echo, runway 12 left.
Let's now accept this clearance.
Expect ViewTab Tree Echo, runway 12 left, Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy.
So I've got the clearance for runway 12 left, and the star is ViewTab 3 Echo. If I go to the flight plan, I can change the runway, because I think 12 right is selected. So let's go to the flight plan, and 12 right is selected. So 12 left, and ILS 12 left via REREC and ViewTab 3 Echo. That's it. And let's insert the temporary flight plan. Now I've changed the flight plan and I've changed the runway. The plane is near the top of descent, so I can now call ready for the descent.
Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy, ready for descent.
Golf Calyx Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy, ViewTab Tree Echo, runway 12 left, descend to 10,000 feet, 100995.
Runway 12 left, descend to 10,000 feet, Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy.
So now I will descend to 10,000 feet. Let's change the altitude over here. Again, it will be an open descent instead of a managed descent, because I've got the clearance from the ATC. So ATC will automatically take me through all the constraints during the descent. If the ATC would have asked me to follow a certain star, then obviously I would have then selected the manage mode. But usually with the Beyond ATC, you get the clearance for different altitudes, so you don't have to descend or climb in the manage mode. It's all in the selected mode. Now you can see open mode is there, and the plane is descending. That's it. Let's enter the destination data, and first of all let's check the transition altitude. So this is OMDB, and let's look at the approach, and it's ILS 12 left, and the transition altitude is 13,000 feet. So let's go to this option performance, and over here let's enter 130. By default it's selected 15,000, so 13,000 feet. And now let's enter the wind information. You can also tune into Dubai ATIs to get the weather information. Let's try doing this. If I go over here, and right now you can see different frequencies are appearing over here for Hamad International Airport, but if I want to get for the Dubai International Airport, I can just select this option, or you can also get it from the approach plate. So it's 126 decimal 275. I can just tune into this frequency. So for now VHF1, it's
1 QNH 09995, landing runway 12 left,
Departing runway 12 right. Transition level 150. Advise on initial contact you have information whiskey. Dubai Airport information whiskey. 1108 Zulu. Wind 080 at 15. Temperature 43. Dew point 21. QNH09995. Landing runway 12 left. Departing runway 12 right. Transition level 150. Advise on initial contact you have information whiskey. Dubai Airport information whiskey. 1108 Zulu. Wind 080 at 15. Temperature 43. Dew point 21. QNH09995. Landing runway 12 left. Departing runway 12 right. Transition level 150. Advise on initial contact you have. Landing runway 12 left. Departing
Okay,
runway
so-
12 right. Transition level 150. Advise on initial contact you have information whiskey. Dubai.
Now I've changed the frequency. Now you can see that I've got the wind information, the QNH, and plus the transition level was 150. Now the plane is going to cross 10,000 feet, so I can turn on the seatbelt signs as well. Set to auto. I can turn on the lights for the landing. That's it. And on the ground spoilers. So I just reverted back to the frequency to which I was actually tuned in. 124.85. And let's announce it on frequency that I'm there.
UAE radar, Golf Kilo X-ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy, descending via ViewTeb Tree Echo, 10,100 feet.
Golf Pilot Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy. Contact Dubai Approach 124.675.
Contact Dubai Approach 124.675. Golf Kilo X-ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy. Dubai, Golf Kilo X-ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy, 10,000 feet with the numbers.
Golf Kilo X-ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy Dubai approach. King 0995, expect the aisles runway 12 left with the road transition.
QNH0995, expect the ILS runway 12 left with the re-rect transition. Golf Kilo X-ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy.
So now for this approach, I have a procedure. So that's why for this type of approach, you don't have to wait for the vectors from the ATC. That's it. So it's there. And now the plane is at 10,000 feet. Now I have to enter the minimums. Just one more thing left. Let's enter the minimums. So it's 133 feet above the runway. So it's going to be a full flap landing. Actually, in this video, I'm just focusing on the radio communication. That's why I'm just skipping few things. But as a beginner, if you're not really familiar with all these procedures, especially for the ILS approach or landing, then you should go and watch the video. I will give you a link in the description. Then you will know how to carry out an ILS approach and landing. So everything is good now. Let's also arm the auto brakes, and I can bring up the checklist for the approach. So better references set and minimum set, runway conditions dry, auto brakes. You can see it's set to dry. That's it. And auto brake set. Checklist complete. And now bring the landing checklist. I will keep it over here. Now there is another thing that I can do. And if I go to the flight plan, if I click this option, flight plan info, and go to the fix info, I can set a radius for the runway of 6 nautical miles. So if I type it over here, OMDB, you can do it for any of the waypoints or the fixes. 1, 2 left, and if I press enter, and I can enter 6 nautical miles over here. So there will be a 6 nautical mile radius over here because I will be lowering the gears at this point. That's it. So everything is good now. Let's wait for the plane to reach near the runway. Then I will just take you from there.
Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy, descend to 2,000 feet.
Descend to 2,000 feet. Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy.
Now I've got the clearance to descend to 2,000 feet. This is the target altitude for the descent, because at this altitude I will be intercepting the glide slope at 2,000 feet. At this point you crim. So it's good. Now there are 2 more things I would just like to tell you. That over here you have the option of changing the approach. So let's say if you want to go for an RNAV approach, you can then request approach change instead of ILS, then RNAV. And if you want to change the arrival runway, you can also change it. And wind check, it's also there. So everything is now good. So now you know if you are flying a plane and you want to get the weather information, you can always tune into the ATIS, and this frequency is always given over here. You can even, instead of using VHF1, you can use VHF2 for the ATIS and then VHF1 for the normal communication. But for this video, I just use VHF1 just to let you know that how you revert back to this frequency. That's it. Now with this I can activate approach as well, because I'm now near the runway, and at this point my speed should not be more than 185 knots. So once I will activate approach, the speed will not go less than this point, the green dot speed, and then just before this point I will start extending the flap so that the speed is reduced. So let's go to performance, approach, and activate approach, confirm, and that's it. Now let's wait for the plane to reach this point, then I will just take you from there.
Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy, cleared direct rear at cross rear at or above 2,000 feet. Cleared aisles runway 12 left.
Cleared direct re-rec. Cross re-rec at or above 2,000 feet. Cleared ILS runway 12 left. Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy.
Now I've got the clearance, and I will report established on the approach.
Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy. Established on final approach.
With this I can also push this button approach to follow
Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy, affirmative.
the localizer and the glide slope. That's it. And now I can also turn on autopilot. Some heavy winds. I tried landing this plane before. It was a very bad landing, trust me. So I don't want to upload that video. So now I'm just trying to use the auto land feature. So everything is good now, and the flaps are set to position 1. Speed is below 185 knots.
Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy, contact Bay Tower 119.55. Have a good day.
Over to Tower 119.55. Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy. Dubai Tower, Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy, ILS runway 12 left.
Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy, Dubai Tower, wind 080 at 15, runway 12 left, cleared to land.
I got the clearance for the
Runway
landing.
12 left, cleared to land. Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy.
And now the runway is 8 nautical, roughly 7.4 nautical miles away. At 8 nautical miles, I extended the flaps to position 2. And now soon I will be within this radius of 6 nautical miles and I can lower the gears. And if you want to declare a go around, then you can just select this option. I will also make another video for this plane if you want to perform a go around, how you will do it. That's it. Now I can lower the gears. And with this I can also set the flaps to full. Let's change the view over here for the ILS. That's it. The visibility is really low today in Dubai. Maybe a dust storm.
Five hundred. 400. 400. 400. 300.
Now I can see the runway, so it's good. But really close to these buildings.
200. 100 above. 100. Minimum 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30. 20. Retard.
Let's
10, 5.
land and oops, that was a bumpy landing. Actually I had to take the controls in my hand. Let's deactivate the reverse thrust, and now I can apply brakes.
Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy, exit right at Mike 7 Alpha.
Exit right at Mike 7 Alpha. Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy.
So now I will just exit the runway. Let's turn on the APU.
Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy, contact ground 121.65. Have a good afternoon.
I'll just stop over here in order to get the clearance for the gate.
Ground 121.65. Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy. Have a good afternoon.
Request taxi to assigned gate. Let's see.
Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy. Request taxi to assigned gate.
Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy, gate 9er taxi via Mike 7 Alpha, Mike 4, Kilo 1, Kilo, Foxtrot, Zulu.
Gate 9er via Mike 7 Alpha. Mike 4, Kilo 1, Kilo, Foxtrot, Zulu. Golf Kilo X-Ray Whiskey Bravo Heavy.
There you can see it's showing me the taxiway. So this is a really good feature in the Beyond ATC. I cannot taxi to the gates. Most of the times there are some AI planes on the gates, so I will just look for an empty gate. So all the gates are full right now. I think the one that's assigned is also not available, or maybe it is. Yes, I think this one is available. It always happens. No, there is a plane, so let's turn left. Maybe I'll find an empty gate. I think it's just right there in front of us. So let's park the plane over here. Apply the parking brakes. That's it. Turn off the lights. And now I can turn off the engines. Turn off the seatbelt signs. That's it. Let's bring up the checklist. It's all complete. Parking. So that's it. Brake lights off, fuel pumps off. Okay, great. I can connect the ground power unit and apply the chocks, and let's get the air conditioning as well. And now you can see external power is available. So let's switch to external power, turn off the APU, and let's turn off the fuel pumps. That's it. Beacon not required. Nav lights can be on. Logo lights can be on. Oh, seatbelt signs are now off. That's it. So this is how you carry out a flight with this plane using the Beyond ATC. Now you can just like prepare this plane for another flight, and you can just reload the flight plan in the Beyond ATC. You can just carry on with your flights. Hopefully this was a useful video for you, and now you will be able to carry out a flight with the Beyond ATC or with the ATC, any other software that you're using. If you've got any questions, you can ask me in the comment section, or if you want to add anything to this video, the comment section is there for you. Thank you very much for staying with me. Have a nice day. Hope to see you soon.